You know what band it is.
Oh, yeah, it's the Beatles. Yeah. I don't remember.
You know, now that I say that, I can't remember the name.
I know. Sounds good, though.
A Day in the Life.
There you go. There you go. Well, it sounds wonderful. Works great on that guitar.
It does. It's a big, open, strummy sounding guitar.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Please.
Welcome. Quentin King here. Paul Music Villa, Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman, Montana, home of Gibson guitars. And this is the new 2020 model J-185.
Yeah.
So it's called the J-185 Original. Love J-185s, and you know they don't make them very often, and they haven't made them much at all.
The roll, beautiful.
Flame maple back and sides.
Yeah. Just kind of a pretty guitar.
Sitka spruce top.
So, I can't. I'm sure I've played one of these sooner or later, but what I like is that it gives you the bigger open sound of like a 200.
Yep.
But it's certainly much smaller.
It is. Yep.
Accommodating, fits in your lap.
You know it is. It's just a little smaller than a J200. So J200 is the big super jumbo body. This one is a size smaller than that. And so this guitar came out like 1951. And think of how many songs were played on this guitar.
I don't know. That's
everything in the 50s. Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly?
Buddy Holly.
I'm sorry. You were saying that I was trying to play Nirvana.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can play Nirvana on it, too. It's a good tonal thing for Nirvana. It's a cool guitar, isn't it?
I'm sorry. I'm just doodling around.
Right, yeah.
Because
you haven't played one of these. So
I don't
you're
think I've played one of these.
I'm watching Quentin as I'm watching you. You're like, what is this?
If you give
trying
a dog
to get
a bone and then you try and make him sit, or like give him a treat and then try and ask him to do anything else, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm a little preoccupied right now. So when you put a guitar in my lap, and apologies to all the viewers when they're like, yeah, he's talking and he's playing, it's like, I can't help it, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Because it sounds cool. Now, what you were saying
Well,
something.
Well, it was just, this guitar is on many recordings. It's a very famous guitar. It was very used in a lot of albums, a lot of recordings. You're still not listening to me.
Something about it was very famous in a lot of recordings.
Yeah. But you can keep playing it. I like hearing it, too.
I'm sorry. This thing's fun. Right. This thing's fun.
It's a Gibson J-185 original. So they brought it back. You know, they kind of redesigned it a little bit, kind of tinted the finish a little bit, but kind of brought it back. It's really more of how it was. So it's kind of nice they brought it back. They also make it in the vintage series. But I like this one. I like the color, the look of it. It's a cool guitar. It's a lot more focused than a J200. So you got the J200, which is a lot of bass. This is definitely, with a maple back and side, like I said, people often forget about maple. It's a great tone wood. The back and side is maple, but the shape of this guitar and the size of it, it just has a great
It's very playable.
range.
It's very playable. I mean, the sound hits a lot of the most desired attributes for a tonal profile, I'd say.
Yeah.
You know, it's got enough depth and resonance that you feel like you get a little growl on the bottom end.
Right.
But it's still MIDI and it's got, throughout the neck, everything seems to project. It's not muddy in any one spot in the EQ, so it just plays well. It's nice.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it.
And I could see this, this is a guitar for all seasons. And again, I'm on the record, I'm like a Martin guy if I had to pick a camp. But it's, again, Gibsons like this make you realize that there is no right choice. And, you have your allegiance if you want to, but, keep an open mind. Because there's going to be great guitars from every
If you
maker.
weren't doing this for us here, if you weren't here all the time playing guitars, you'd walk in the store and you'd be that guy that would only go to the one.
I would.
That one guitar.
Would. Yeah. I honestly would. That's what I'm saying. Is when you go to your music store, do yourself a favor, go to whatever brand that you maybe don't have the highest opinion of, and play some, because you could be surprised. You might not be surprised, but you could be, because guitars are amazing that way, right? That
and everyone's different,
Every once in a while,
people play. It's like if you play a guitar and you're playing a bluegrass song. It only works on some guitars, so you have to every guitar is a little different. Depends on how you play and what you're doing.
Individual. Yep. And what I'm saying is, sometimes all the stars align and everything came together right for that one guitar. And there's a little magic. I think that's the wonderful thing about the mixture of the art and science of making a guitar.
Yep.
And so you never know when
Right.
the maker that that isn't your favorite, you're gonna pick that guitar up, and it's gonna be the one that you're like, oh my gosh, this is a guitar that I maybe want to choose for myself.
I agree. Well, thanks, Quentin.
You bet.
We'll move on. New Gibson models. That's the J-185 original, and we'll continue on. We'll do some more Gibsons and Martins, and thanks for being here.
You bet.
Thanks for watching.